Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from whatever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, if you remember, sometimes back, there was a time when William Ruto told Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta openly that even if they want to make Raila Odinga's brother Oburu Odinga to become the chairman of Iebc instead of Chebukati, he has no problem with that. That for him, he is sure is going to win. That even with Oburu Odinga, Deep State cannot steal his votes. But today, William Ruto had a meeting with the EU, and he's making a substantive complaint that all stakeholders involved on checking on how the IEBC is going to progress on the activity up to the election time, they should consider to question on how 1 million names is missing from the IEBC register. And according to Ruto, he's making assumption that these 1 million people who are missing are mainly from his stronghold. Charity Ngilu, the Kitui governor, has shared this video out from the time when Ruto was claiming that it's okay even if Oburu Odinga become the IEBC chairman. And when he's complaining about IEBC, this is what Charity Ngilu is saying about William Ruto. Akiwa juu ya magari na mbele ya Wakenya ni kiburi na majivuno. Akienda mbele ya wazungu analia na kulalamika. You either have confidence, sorry for that, in the IEBC or don't. Choose a struggle, my friend. That is Charity Ngilu. Listen to William Ruto shortly. Then after this, we want to understand why Ruto is making flip-flopping statements as we are just heading to the next general election. We have 2 months only.
And we have confidence in the institutions of our nation. Kwa hivyo, watu wasikuwe na wasiwasi. Nasikia wengine wanasema ati Ruto amechengwa kwa hiyo mambo ya IEBC. Mimi nataka niwaambie hivi. Hata wakitaka waweke Oburu Odinga awe chairman wa IEBC, mimi sina shida. Mimi sina problem. Kwa sababu mimi najua hawawezi kuamua, wananchi ndio wataamua. Ama mnasemaje? Tuko pamoja? Ile tu mimi nawauliza wale tutashindana na wao, waweke yule chairman wanataka.
We expect that everybody who is concerned, including the EU, to try and get as much detail as possible, both from the IEBC and from these public officials, on what this all is about and how did close to 1 million names disappear from the register. And many of those names are people from what we consider our stronghold. So there is a clear attempt to try some monkey games.
Now we are continuing with the panel discussion, but just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you have not yet subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who would comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. By the way, we are on our journey to 20,000 subscribers. So help us to meet our target. Go with us in this journey. Back to our discussion. Now, if you listen to the Ruto of 2021, 2019, and the current Ruto of 2022, May, going forward, it's a different Ruto. In the beginning, Ruto had a lot of confidence, even to face Uhuru and Raila Odinga and the so-called Deep State. to tell them how he's ready, even if they use any of their family member as an Iebc member. He had confidence, he had numbers, and he was going to win, and he was sure no one was going to steal his votes. Lakini ukiangalia Ruto wa saizi, yule mwenye anaongea na EU, sasa ni kama tu Ruto ambaye amenyeshewa na mvua, and he has no say. He is weak, he is helpless, he need help, he is scared, he is not ready, he is intimidated. That is the current Ruto we have now. If you listen to him, how he's talking, the body language, the tone, it tells you this is a Ruto who has given up. And the reason behind what Ruto is talking about, we understand there is issues with the register. This is not the first time. We have heard such things before. Raila made complaints. Like they're talking about someone being transferred from one polling station to another without his knowledge. This is not new. Again, how can Ruto claim that all of these people who are facing this, there are people from his stronghold? Does it mean that it's only targeting Kalenjins and some few areas in Mount Kenya region? Because of course, Mount Kenya kuna wale watapigia Raila kura. Martha Karua is decampaigning Rigathi Gachagua so badly, and the Gachagua is suffering a lot of blows. Is there a plan William Ruto is trying to lay a ground to reject the results? Is there a possibility that William Ruto is sending defeat even before election come? Because remember, Iebc just announced, is it 2 days ago when the official campaign period has started. But now someone is launching complaint instead of now getting out, hit the ground running, campaign, mobilize for numbers. Then he's raising complaints. Those who are supporting Ruto, if they get to learn such talks that Ruto is making now, they will see the different Ruto wa 2021 na wa 2022. So those who had confidence in Ruto that is going to win this election, you can see confidence is going to lose. Those who are believing Ruto, that even if Oburu Odinga come here, Ruto will protect his votes. What Ruto is communicating here is that even he don't have the ability to protect his votes. Watu wamekuwa wakiita Kalonzo watermelon. So when Ruto comes out with such statements, what do we call him? In one side he speaks this, in the other side he speaks something different. So Ruto wa 2021 was just a shell, but trying to intimidate President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. Alikuwa anajaribu tu kuwatishia, lakini yeye mwenyewe hana uwezo. That's what he was trying to do. You scare someone when you know you don't have a backup to the battle. So in real sense, you can learn who is William Samoei Ruto. And the remarks he was making in 2021, 2020, if you read into it deeply, this was just a way to register his frustrations. He was already frustrated. But now it is emerging that the frustrations are overwhelming. The reason behind this is that Raila is well organized. Raila has a clear strategy. And his aim is on the ball. He has a target, and seemingly he might be hitting the target. All that you put together, it suppresses William Samoei Ruto. And that's why he's expressing his fear and the stress that he's going to face in this election. That is the reality. You see, Raila, first of all, he knew he needed the help of Kalonzo Musyoka. But again, he knew to deal with William Samoei Ruto properly, you need a running mate from Mount Kenya. So what do? Play Kalonzo kidogo, but then have a plan B to bring him back. Raila na Uhuru, they have succeeded in that. Wamemcheza, because what we are learning from public is that Kalonzo aliambiwa na Uhuru ya kwamba is going to be Raila Odinga's running mate. So he came being sure of that. But again, they changed the statement shortly to tell Kalonzo that now we will do an interview because now other people are interested in this position. So Kalonzo unknowingly aliingia kwa trap. So they were trapping him to make sure that he is not going to William Ruto's side. And Gideon Moi was Raila Odinga's and Uhuru Kenyatta's watchdog around Kalonzo Musyoka. So he has been walking around Kalonzo. And when the right time came, Kalonzo, you will become Chief Cabinet Secretary. Akaruka kidogo, but again, akarudishwa. Akondani. So Gideon Moi delivered Kalonzo Musyoka to Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta. And that confirms the kind of team William Ruto is going to face in this election. All this can mount to frustration that we are seeing. So it tells you that Ruto is going into this election without confidence. Ruto is learning that he's going to lose. Because he should be telling his supporters that he still has confidence. Hakuna mtu ataiba kura yake. Yeye alisema siku nyingine ya kwamba Raila alimtoa kwa ODM, sasa hawezi kuja kwa Jubilee na amtoe, haiwezekani. Lakini iliwezekana. Again he said Raila Odinga hata aweke ndugu yake pale kwa Iebc hawezi muweza. Lakini seemingly kama inawezekana. So to me, Raila Odinga is smart, he is strategic, and he is hitting on the goal. He's not going to lose. But Ruto is confirming that he is not ready to accept the result. Ruto is trying to craft a plan B to reject the results. Nothing much more than that. He has checked on all available avenues. Any privileges available that he can maybe help him to cling to power. The only thing Ruto was hanging on was possibility of Kalonzo Musyoka maybe going on ballot or jumping to his side. And of course they will try to reach out to him. The other avenue that Ruto was hanging on was for Raila Odinga to go for Kalonzo Musyoka as his running mate. Then they knew they are going to lock Mount Kenya region. But Raila was brave enough. Ndio maana unaona some of Raila Odinga followers wanasema ya kwamba kile chenye Raila anaona kama amekaa chini, Ruto akiwa on top of Mount Kenya hawezi ona. I'm certain now. These people are right. Raila is ahead of the game. And this guys Ruto is complaining to the EU community. I want to tell my viewers here, they have nothing to help William Samoei Ruto about. Raila had a substantive complaint. They could not come in to help. It was only Maraga who helped Raila Amolo Odinga by nullifying the stolen election. This EU, they're just there to rub stamp on the deep state, because even them, they are a part of the deep state. When they talk about deep state, even this European Union, they are a part of the deep state. They have preference on the person they prefer to lead, so that that person cannot frustrate their business, their interest in this country. And seemingly, Ruto might not be their preference. Whatever they are doing here by visiting William Ruto after having a meeting with Raila Odinga is just to try and make it look democratic and justify what they are doing. But they have their interest somewhere else. So it does not matter how Ruto will make noise and how many times he's going to meet this team. They might not help. And the worst thing for him is like Raila has more number compared to him. So the noise it's making is like playing a guitar for a goat and expect it to dance. It might not happen. I don't know what to think about this, but that's my view. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May good God bless you. See you in our next video.